And we're back on the Fresh Oil Podcast, and I am here with the multi-talented, the incomparable Miss Laquincia Motley-Allen. What's going on, Miss Allen?
Hello, Rev. I'm doing good.
That's
How
good.
are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. We are excited to talk about your new project and some things that you got coming up. But first, I want to start off this segment like I start all of my segments off with my artists, is I'm going to do a little thing we call word for word. And I'm going to drop a word on you, and I want you just to give me back the first thing, thought, feeling that comes to mind when you hear this word, okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. So the first word I want to throw at you is family.
Family, love.
Okay, why you say love?
Well, family, my family, we have a lot of love in my family, you know. Very talented, very loving, been through a lot, came through a lot. And that's what I think of when you say family. Love, my family, love.
Awesome. All right, I got another word for you. Faith.
Faith, it's all. Faith is, faith means all. And I can say, I can explain what I mean by that. Right now, by faith, this is why I'm sitting here in a spot that I'm sitting at. I had faith even when I didn't know. I had faith, you know, faith in God, and through faith in God, you can have faith in yourself. So faith means all to me. Everything is about faith in this life.
Faith. All right. I like that. I got another word for you. Grandma.
Grandma, that means a lot. My grandmother, both of my grandmothers, I'm named after one, Edith, and that's my first name. But my grandmother, Reverend Motley spells Arlene, she was you got me like teary-eyed. She's a phenomenal woman of God. She loved, that's why when you said family, I said love, because she taught us love, you know, not only just to love our family, but everyone around us, she treated as family. She was very spiritual. She's very funny as well. And singing, we got to singing from her. She's very talented, you know, a woman of faith, a woman of love, and a true woman of God. So my grandmother was a phenomenal woman. They call her the late great. There's no one like her. And that's for a lot of people, but she was my grandmother, and I had the pleasure of her being in my life, really all my life, I was a grown woman, in my 20s, 30s. So grandmother, that makes me smile and almost cry. You know, I miss her a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but your grandmother used to be a teacher of mine.
Yes, she was.
At School 31.
Yes.
She was a teacher there, and I remember your grandmother quite vividly. I used to go to her church,
Yes.
and I can remember her singing.
Oh, yeah.
She was a phenomenal singer.
Yes, she was.
And she would sing the roof off in that small little church on Monroe Street. I remember it vividly. So yes, I had to say grandma, because I quite vividly remember your grandmother and how much love she showed me growing up. There's one more word, and then we're going to wrap up this segment, because I really want to get into the meat and gritty of this interview. But I want to give you one more word, because I think this is going to be help me get into my next segment. So the next word I want to ask you or present to you for word would be relationship.
Relationship. Let's see. Well, relationship is it. Everything you're saying to me comes together full circle. Family, faith, my grandmother, and relationship. in this life, it's a lot of relationship, but there's no relationship greater than having a personal relationship with God the Father. You know, Jesus Christ. I've been married for going on 14 years. Wonderful man of God, love the Lord. So it all comes in full circle. Relationships are they're imperative in this life. You gotta have them. And here's the thing, a relationship can make and break you as well. As a matter of fact, that is, that's one of the number one things in life that people are looking for. Relationship, you know, whether it be marriage, whether it be friendship, those are all relationships, you know, so it's imperative in this life. It's imperative. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but it is. It's and a relationship with Christ is the most imperative. You know, you can't live without that relationship, and I've come to know that in my life.
That's good. That's good stuff. All right, listen, we're gonna come and take a little quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive into this interview with Miss Laquincia Motley-Allen.
Let's go.
All right, we'll be back on the Fresh Oil Podcast.
Let's go.
Showtime. It's showtime. It's showtime. And we're back on the Fresh Oil Podcast, and I'm here once again with Miss Laquincia Motley-Allen. Come on, Miss Allen, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone.
All right,
glad
all right.
To be here.
I'm glad
to be here.
I'm so glad to be able to do this interview with you. I'm excited about your new project that's coming out. Matter of fact, could you tell me the name of your new project again?
The name of the project is Stage. Stage. Stage.
All right, yes. I'm excited about this. Yes. And now you're going to be doing a release soon.
Yes, February 2nd, Sunday, February 2nd. And that happens to be my birthday, too.
So you're going to release it on your birthday?
On my birthday.
Look at I'm excited about that.
Yes.
All right, so I want to ask you a couple of questions, and
sure.
We're going to dive right in. So you were born and raised here in the city of Buffalo, New York.
Born and raised, yes.
So tell us a little bit about your upbringing. Tell us a little bit about you, your upbringing, your family. I just want to know a little bit about your family dynamic. So tell me a little bit about you. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Buffalo, New York, of course. I'm a Buffalo kid, born and raised. We grew up on East Delavan Avenue. Back in the day, East Delavan Avenue was, oh my goodness, it was everything. Louis Hot Dogs, remember that? And it was, I went to Catholic school. We went to Catholic parochial school. St. Gerard's, my brother, my sister, and I. Growing up, you know, it was about family. We went to church. We were in church a lot. Sundays, we'd be in church from Sunday school to about 11, 12 o'clock at night. Let's see, singing. I remember we loved singing. My grandmother, of course, the matriarch of the family, you know, she kept us in church, and we wanted to go to church, and we loved going to church. We were there from, like I said, morning to night, from like 10 in the morning to like 11 o'clock at night. My dad, Pastor Hammett Motley, he sang. He was Souls of Solomon. Like
right now, see, I remember your father because my uncle, he sung. Well, my cousin, not my uncle, my cousin sung along with Souls of Solomon as well.
Okay.
Ronnie Benny.
Oh, okay.
That's my cousin.
Okay.
So I remember.
Yeah,
I remember traveling with them, going to the fair.
Yes.
Them singing and stuff. Oh my God, when we were younger. So yeah, I'm having good. This is good memories here.
Good memories. Yes. Yes.
Good memories
Often,
here.
Yeah. They sung a lot of places, and my dad was my first. Like, I would look at my dad singing in awe. You know, the Souls of Solomon. I wanted to sing like him and my grandmother. So growing up, it was Oh, and my brother D-Mott, my sister Yvette, my sister Arlene. Me and D-Mott got in a lot of trouble. We we was close, thick as thieves. We used to go to church, like I said, and sing. We had that group, the Motley Specials.
Motley Specials.
Motley Specials.
Now here's another name that I was very familiar with growing up. Yeah. Talk a little bit about the Motley Specials.
Well, it consists of my sister Yvette, my brother Dejan Motley, D-Mott, is all you know. A lot of people know him as D-Mott, but his name is Dejan, and myself. So my grandmother, one Sunday morning, so everybody was singing, and I wanted to lead. I wanted to sing. I was about maybe 3 or 4, and I remember the Truthettes. I don't know if you remember them. They were from Oklahoma, came to Buffalo, and they really wanted to. I really wanted to be like the Truthettes. So I kept singing that song, and I kept listening to on the radio. And one Sunday morning, and my dad, he would stand me, Yvette, Dijon. He would say, "Okay, you alto, you soprano, Dijon, you tenor," and we would do our harmony. And I said, "I really want to sing this song," and it was a song called "God Has Always," remember that one? "Stood by my side." And I asked my grandmother, could we sing it? And we sung it. And I mean, it was, from that moment, we loved it. Like, our harmony was tight. We was little kids. We were so small, we couldn't even reach the microphones. But yeah, from that point on, my sister, Dijon, and I, we sung as a Motley Specials, and we sung a lot of places around the city of Buffalo, outside the city of Buffalo. Did that for years. Yeah.
So what are some of your most fond memories about singing with the Motley Specials? Give me one of your most fond memories and one of the funniest memories that you have about singing with the Motley Specials.
Oh, Al, it was so many. Yvette never wanted to sing. Yvette, my sister Yvette, never wanted to sing. But we would sing, and they said that I always wanted to take the mic. And I did. Like, listen, you ain't got to sing. Give it to me. I'm going to sing. Dijon used to be like, once he always want to take over the mic. I did. Something that's so funny. One Sunday we had went to my Aunt Mary's house. She used to cook on Sundays. Mostly every Sunday, big meals. And we had to go back because we often went to church that morning, and then it was afternoon service, and then it was night service. So we went over to eat. And she had made some banana pudding, her famous banana pudding. Dijon got up to sing his song. He used to sing this song called "We'll Understand" at Camden Spirituals. And he opened his mouth to sing, and he burped. He was so full, he burped. And my grandmother was lit. Oh, she was livid. But she, kind of laughed it off, and we continued to sing. So that was one of the funniest moments we had. We used to argue a lot. Oh my goodness, because Yvette never wanted to lead. She didn't want to lead. She a bad girl too, my sister Yvette. But yeah, we still talk about that moment when he got up to sing and he burped in the mic.
Oh wow!
It was hilarious. Yes, yeah.
See, I knew it had to be something funny because I know Dijon is D-Mott. Everybody call him D-Mott. I know him from back in the day.
Yeah.
So I still call him Dijon sometimes, but remember, oh wait, that's D-Mott.
Yeah.
But that's my guy.
Yeah.
So D-Mott is very funny. People don't know that, but D-Mott is very funny. He'll have you in stitches.
Yeah.
So I could just imagine
Comedian.
what that moment was like for you guys. So tell me a little bit more about your upbringing. You grew up on East Delaware. You grew up here in the city of Buffalo. What was school like for you? Where did you go to school? You said you went to Catholic school.
Yes.
What else did you? And how was school for you?
It was. You know what? I love school. I was also the class clown. Like, I loved to clown, but I loved school. I loved my teachers. I was always willing to help. And I never wanted to do homework. I'm going to keep it real. I stayed on punishment so much. I was on punishment, Dijon and I. But Dijon could do it, and he was smart. He got all A's. I could not, but I could clown all year long, but when it came to exams, I aced them. And my dad would say, Quincy, how in the world you clown all year long and you go to your exams and you get 90s, even hundreds? Like what? Like if you could do that, you can do it through the year. So I clowned a lot. Met a lot of good friends in school that to this day are still good friends, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you built some long-lasting relationships.
Long-lasting relationships.
Yeah.
Grammar school.
Yeah.
Went to high school performing arts. I went
PA.
PA.
Okay.
I went freshman and sophomore year. Junior and senior, I just wanted to go to Kensington with my sister. You know, I wanted to go over there with them, so I did leave.
So what was your experience at PA was like?
Because
I'm gonna talk a little bit about Kensington because you know that was my rival. You know, I went to Bennett. You know.
Oh, you went to Bennett?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my rival back in the day. But no, how was your experience with PA? Did that kind of help you mold you into a little more for musically? Because I know a lot of people have come out of PA and have appreciated their time there. So what did it do for you?
It did. I learned different genres of music. It wasn't just gospel, R&B. You know, it was jazz. I was in the jazz ensemble. I was also in Godspell. I was in Godspell, the play. It was, we would go to UB and we would have practice. And it was really like I never, encountered. It was like going to PA was an experience. It was just like, Fang, the movie Fang. That's what PA was like to me. I enjoyed it very much so. I sang a lot. I remember we had a girls group in PA. Some people that I was in freshman year, Tasha Brown and Trina Hunley. She's passed on, phenomenal singer. Gigi, we would, sit there. Also Keisha, we would sit there and we had a girls group and Keisha would play the piano and we would write songs. And, everybody in the 80s wanted to be a girl group in the 90s. But we really, if we were serious about it, we could have done it. We had wrote songs. The plays, I love the plays. I was actually in 2 plays. I was in Godspell and The Wiz. I was an extra in The Wiz. So I wanted to go, once I went to PA, I always wanted to sing, but I knew I wanted to sing in more than just church. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I wanted a platform to sing on when I got to PA. It made you feel like you could, be, out there and lights, camera action.
So did you ever think about doing anything with the acting side of it?
I actually did. I act and I've in a lot of plays in Buffalo. Excuse me. I've done some plays and I did like the acting. And my mother always says I could be an actress rather. So yeah, I've done some plays. Won some awards. I actually, my freshman year, I won nationally for the Axel competition. Okay. NAACP. Excuse me. I actually represented Buffalo, New York, and Houston, Texas. Because I won first place here and NAACP Axel competition.
Nice.
Yes. So I went on to represent Buffalo. I didn't place in Houston, but it was the experience. I absolutely enjoyed it. It opened my eyes to singing and traveling and awards. We also won Martin Luther King Award in Albany, New York. Dijon, Yvette, and I, we didn't go. We sent the tape off and we won. And we were supposed to go to Albany. I forgot what happened, the reason we didn't actually make it, but we did win. Yeah. First place with that, yes. sung around churches in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did a whole lot. I even forgot. I had almost forgot that axle competition. I absolutely love it. First time, not in Buffalo with my mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
You know, had a good time though.
Had a good time.
It opened my eyes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you did a lot of traveling around, singing.
Yes.
You did a lot of singing here in the city of Buffalo.
Yes.
What was your when you were singing? You said that earlier. You said that you wanted to do more than just gospel. So when did you start to branch off from the gospel into other things?
Well, you know what, music is music. I would always, I was singing gospel when I was young, and and then the plays and everything. Then I did Axel. That wasn't a gospel song. I actually did Greatest Love of All. I did that, Houston. And I placed. And then when I went to Houston, I sang Olita Adams, Get Here.
Okay.
And when I sung that, I was in awe with that song. It was beautiful. I loved the range. So once I got about a teenager, I say about 19, my sisters and myself, we formed a group called the Motley Sisters, and we won Chorus Extra Gold. It was a competition here in Buffalo, and we sang Whitney Houston, He's All I Got in This World, and we tore it up a cappella.
Okay.
No one sung a cappella in the whole competition. We won at first place, went to Washington, D.C., won nationally, second place.
Nice.
Yeah. So, from that, I knew that I could do R&B. I knew that it didn't have to be, bump and grind music. Just love music,
Mm-hmm.
And we recorded an album then as well with Candy Newkirk Productions. That was over in Grand Island, New York. My sisters, Yvette and Arlene, the Motley Sisters, we recorded a whole album, actually. Yeah, we recorded a whole album. Sang for many. We opened up for Ray Goodman and Brown. We opened up for Lenny Williams. We opened up for Intro. Yeah, so it just didn't transpire, at that time. But we had a whole album done, and that was R&B back then. So I was about 19.
Nice.
Yeah, I was
nice.
about 19, 18, 19.
Nice.
Yeah.
So have you ever thought about doing any more work with your family?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them all the time. My sisters, Yvette, we can't get Yvette. Yvette is one of the baddest girls, and I'm not saying it because she's my sister in Buffalo. She just doesn't like leading. But yeah, we're gonna do something. Yeah, my family, my sisters and I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look out for that.
I'm looking out because I know you guys can. Back in the day in our community, this is not just can you sing, but can you sing?
Right.
And y'all can sing.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to hear that you guys might be doing something together again. That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
It'll be a good look for the city as well.
Yes,
People forget about how talented the city of Buffalo is. We have so much talent.
So
here.
much talent.
And
yes.
But I'm excited to hear that you guys are doing something together. But listen, that's it. So listen, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll jump right back into this interview with Miss Laquincia Motley-Allen. Listen, we'll be right back on the Fresh Oil Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This your man, Pastor D-Mott, and you are now tuned in, rocking with the best, watching the Fresh Oil Podcast. Yeah.
And we are back on the Fresh Oil Podcast. I'm here again with Miss Laquincia Motley-Allen. Listen, I'm excited about the new project, but I wanted to ask you, what are some of the influences that influenced you in music? What were your musical influences?
Well, it's many. Besides my family, I absolutely loved Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan, the late greats, Luther. Actually, Mike, I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but my great grandfather, TC, my grandmother's father, he also did the blues and he played guitar very well. And I happened to find his record on the internet, and he was phenomenal as well. Well, it's so many. In gospel, we can say Kim Burrell. We can say, I even loved, what's their name? I used to sing a song for years, and you may remember, Mississippi Poe Family. I absolutely love the Canton Spirituals. They so bad. I love them as well. So many. I can't even think right now. I can't think. Marvin Gaye. It's a lot of different genres. I even liked some British singers, because remember in the 80s now, they were taking over. Duran, and so many. I listened to all music. So many people inspired me because everyone has their own style.
Yeah.
And
what would you consider to be your style of music? What would be, when people get this new album and they're seeing this new work that you're putting out, what would you say is that style of music?
I have a lot of different, on this EP, because it's 5 songs, I got some hip hop in there, I have some soul, I have some like real smooth. So I just think it depends on, the song and how I feel that day. On the album, I have a song called In the Morning, and it's just really smooth. And, when people hear it, they're like, well, that put me in the mind of like, a Sade or a neo soul. Then I have some that's kind of like, it's called, you have to hear it. It's all different kinds. Basically what I wanted to do, I wanted to let people hear my versatility, and that I can do, it's just depending on the day. I can really do any music. And on the album, you'll see that, it's all different kinds of music on the album.
Nice.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Yeah.
I was privileged to get a sample of some of your music, and that song that you just mentioned was probably the one that I liked. I was like, oh, I really like this song.
Thank you, man.
In the Morning, I really enjoyed that one. That was one of my favorites on. I was like, yo, that is dope.
Thank you.
I'm excited about, like I said, I'm excited about the new music that you got coming out. But tell us a little bit about your journey. What has brought you to this place? I really want people to understand your story.
Absolutely.
We all go through ups and downs in life, and we all have a journey that brings us to the place where we are today. So tell people a little bit about your journey. What brought you to this place?
Well, life. I have the song, the album is entitled Stage, and my son Joshua wrote the song. I said, Josh, I need a song, and I need it about my life. And in the song it says, finally back in the spotlight, everything is all right. It's been a long time since I had this feeling, because life went on for so long. I went through some things, made some wrong choices in life. It was even a period that I didn't sing at all. I went through addiction, and I'm sometimes people say don't talk about it, but I have to, because I have the platform now to tell people where God will bring you, and it's come full circle. Now I see why the past mistakes I made. It's for this moment right now. You know, for me to be on this stage and people watch you. And I'm so glad that people watch me, because they watch from where I came from to where I'm at now. Oh yeah, I did jail. I've been in jail. Absolutely. You know, I did drugs and alcohol. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter what family you come from. You understand what I'm saying? Life, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you came from. You know, church, rich, poor. You know, if you don't make the right choices in life, then life is going to be hard, you know. And as I said, I thank God for where I'm at right now. And this is why it's more than just an album for me. This is me saying, look where God brought me from, you know, from the people. It's people that see me and they never even believe the story. Oh, I plan on doing a movie too. I've already started writing a book. And life got in the way. And as you can imagine, anything in life taking you off your purpose, that's what happened to me. So I'm back. I had started back. I met my husband, Steve, almost 14 years ago. We've been married 13. And he heard me sing one night. And I looked over, Pastor, and he was crying. And I kind of chuckled, but I, you know, because I'm like, why is he crying? And he was like, wow, you sing like that? I said, yeah, I've been singing since I was like 3. He was like, yo, you need to do something with that. So he introduced me to his brother's god, Brother Roderick Sapp, and he said, you know, I'm gonna put a show for you. Like we're gonna do a show. So I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. Cause I really didn't want to sing, Rev. You know, it was like life will make you not want to do what you love doing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I definitely
like,
understand.
You can go through so much until like you don't have a song in your heart. And so he did a show for me. I'll never forget it. And it was at the Groove Lounge. And it's been about 12 years ago. And it was, Rev, I looked out there and I kept saying, I was like, well, excuse me. I just felt like because I gave up, everybody gave up on me. And I remember looking out like in the mirror, and it was jam-packed. Like it was standing room only, right. You know? And I sang, I did the whole set by myself, and I enjoyed it. And I said, you know, we're gonna keep this going, you know? I'm gonna keep doing this. So we did that. We did shows. Like once every couple months, we would put a show together, you know. My husband, Raj, and myself, and they're called Raw Promotions. And this and I kept doing it, and, you know, family was coming, and people were coming to support, you know. And this one particular night about, I want to say about 3-4 years ago, I was at Michael Ray's. I did a show. And, you know, I kept saying, well, it's really, here's the thing. I just want to go perform and, you know, make people happy performing. You know, I got to that point where I was just like, it's not about glitz and lights and being famous anymore, you know, because life showed me none of that means nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So I did the show, and then this guy came up to me. He's like, girl, you tore it up. Kevin Clark. He said, listen, I got a studio on Main Street. He said, and you know what? I believe in you. And listen, Rev, I was saying to myself, oh, here we go again. Here goes somebody else saying they're going to put me in the studio. And I was just like, okay. And I was polite, and I heed and nod. And he gave me his number. And he said, when you want to do it? And I'm like, well, okay, Monday. You know, I threw out a day. I'm like, Monday. He's like, yeah, I got my homeboy, Rayshawn Montgomery. Shout out to him. Kevin Clark. He said, and I want him to hear you, and I want you to come. And I did. And he did just what he said he was going to do, right?
Yeah.
He put me in the studio. He didn't charge me a red cent.
Wow.
He said, because I believe in you. You know, and I recorded the whole album. Rayshawn Montgomery used his beats. I never forget the first day I got there. I heard the music, and he was like, what can you do with that? Can you write? I'm like, yeah, I kind of write. Writing had even got, because I would sit down, Rev, and I would write a song like this. That was, you know, life had got to the point where I couldn't even sit down and write a song. I didn't have a song in my heart. You know, that what you doing? Remember, you heard that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As my husband, every time my husband said, "You ain't write that song about me," and I didn't. It's just life experience, you know. People do go through that. Thank God I don't, you know, with my husband. But in the past, I have, you know. Not with my husband, not that husband. But yeah. So we got finished with a whole album, and then life got in the way. My husband broke his leg, and he's been pretty much on a walker for a while. And you know, I went back to work. Had to go back to work, and so it got on the back burner. And then I said, you know what? I got an epiphany, and a girlfriend of mine was like, Quince, what you doing with that album? You know, I'm like, yeah, it'll come out. And I said, wait a minute. Like, you know, God speaks to you. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting down one day, and I was a little depressed, you know, keep it real. And, you know, and I know it was nobody but God. And he was like, well, you procrastinated. Like, here's the thing. I'll explain. When I first started singing with my sisters, back in the 90s, I wanted to do it because I wanted to be famous. I was talking to Bad Boys. Yeah, I was talking to Stevie J on the phone, and I was talking to Arista. We had a gentleman from Arista that I was talking to on the phone. And it didn't happen then, Rev, because it wasn't supposed to. A lot of things happen in life, and now I know why. Because I have a platform to tell people like me, you know, listen, it can be done. Like, I'm a living witness. You know, I know what a living witness is now. You know, you hear that when we're younger. Well, I'm a living witness. No, really, I'm a living witness. God will put you back where you need to be. All for his glory. See, it's not about me anymore. I'm no longer, you know, I sing my songs, but when I get up there, I sing, and I do it because I know that it's somebody watching me on stage. Check that out, on stage. They watching to see what I do. And everything I do is glory to God. It's all for God's glory, because he brought me from a really mighty long way. You know, I did jail. I did drugs and alcohol. I did a whole lot. But look where I'm at now, you know. Clean slate through God, through Christ. And I know this. Now I can tell people I was in the rooms of NA at one point, and people see me and they know that I have, oh, I'm so proud of you, you know, see them. Oh, Q, I'm so proud of you. You got an album out. Listen, they know I did it. You can do it.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
I wish sometimes I could just take them all in and say, listen, let me tell you something. It can be done, because it was a time in my life that I just didn't want anything anymore. Because life will make you feel like, I'm I'm gonna give up. And everything, all the life struggles, all it is truly, it's just something to take you off your purpose.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Period.
Definitely.
Period.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm doing it. I have the platform to tell people, listen, God can bring you from anywhere, from anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I am truly a living witness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was powerful, because a lot of people need to hear, you know, that sometimes we go through these life struggles, life's ups and downs.
Yes.
But when God has a purpose and a plan for our life, His word says it like this: for I have a purpose and a plan for your life, and that's not to harm you, but watch this, to bless you.
Yes.
And to bring you to an expected end.
Expected.
God expected you to be in the place that you're in right now, and He has blessed you to go through the things that you are, to build your character to the person that you are today, so that people can see the things that you have gone through and how God can bring you out of it.
Absolutely.
And make you, like you said, a witness to the fact that God can and that God will. But when we come back from this break, we're going to talk about your new project. We're going to talk about the new music. We're going to talk about the show that's coming up. We're going to get right into it, all right?
Okay.
All right, so we'll be right back on the Fresh Oil Podcast. Stay with.
For God's glory. All the glory belongs to you, God. This is not about me. Because if it was about me, I would have been doing what I was doing, kept doing it, and then, you know, because you get in a dump in life where you feel like this, I don't care about singing, it ain't never gonna take me further. Mm-hmm. But God implanted it in me, and then also let me see everything that I went through, every wrong choice that I made. It all was for His glory, and all of that is basically, and for real. Now your soul is in jeopardy, but all of it is. If we don't, all we gotta do is come back to Christ, because every vice in life is just that. It's just to take you away from your purpose. It's a distraction. It's all a distraction.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it is.
Definitely.
Now that I look back, I said, look at how I let the devil distract me all these years. Mm-hmm. Look how I let him. My dad used to always say something: you want to run away from the church, you should be running to church. The enemy will trick your mind. But you'll run away, you know, from purpose.
Yeah.
You know, when you should be running to it.
Right.
So, you know, that's where I'm at. And I'm always going to tell. I'm going to tell the world. Because I believe that's the platform God gave me. I had a reoccurring dream as a child. And I would see being on the stage. And singing is just not, it's not all my gift.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I understand.
So I do this until God say otherwise.
Right. He gives us different platforms in order to bring us to the place where He wants us to be.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I totally understand that.
Yes.
So you ready to jump back into this
Let's
interview?
get back in.
We're back on the Fresh Oil Podcast. I'm with Laquincia, Motley-Allen, and we are going to talk about, let's talk about this new music. I want to jump right in. Let's talk about the new EP that you got coming out. Yes. What's the titles of some of the songs in the new EP?
Okay, In the Morning is one.
One of my favorites.
What You Doing?
What You Doing?
It's another song called, I'm at a loss of it. What You Doing? In the Morning, Stage. My son Joshua Scott Motley wrote that for me. And it's...
and that's the title of the EP?
It's title.
All right.
Stage, yes. Then it's another one called Sweet Thing.
Okay.
And then I did a song with my boy Akil Ali. He raps, but he is, oh my God, he's so full of knowledge. And it's called Sign.
Okay.
Sign of the Times, yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So I want to talk about two songs in particular and what inspired those songs. The first song is In the Morning, which is one of my favorites on the EP.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about what inspired that song and what brought that song to life.
I just heard the music, and the words to the music is reminiscing on the way that things used to be yesterday. I won't spend another moment regretting things that I can't change, you know.
Give me a little snippet of it. Like, give me a little snippet of that part you just gave me.
Okay.
How it go?
Reminiscing on the way things used to be yesterday. I won't spend another moment regretting things that I can't change. When I look up at the sun and feel its warm embrace, yes, I like to see your face in the morning.
Okay, don't give him no more. Don't give him no more.
Yeah.
All right, listen. I love that song, In the Morning. That's a great song, In the Morning.
Thank you.
So the inspiration behind that was what?
Reminiscing on the way things used to be yesterday. That song I wrote for my husband.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I looked at him, I was listening to the words, and Sean kept saying, Quince, you got to get that song done. Now here go the music, get the song done. Listen to it today when you feel, he used to always say, now when you feel the spirit, come to the studio. So I was listening to the music, and I just looked over at my husband, and those words came to me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because he's been a very, of course, big part of my life, but I know that God sent him to me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff. We all have inspiration. Sometimes it's closer than we think. We don't even sometimes look at the people next to us and consider them inspirations.
Yes.
But they can be inspirations in our life. Just little bits here and there. I'm glad to hear that. Let's talk about the other song that was one of my favorites, which was the title song, Stage. What was the inspiration behind that song?
My son Joshua, he's known as Rogue. He's an excellent writer, artist, singer. The boy bad. He won't sing though. He said, Mom, I just want to write. I want to be the back, writing. I called Josh one day and I said, Josh, I need a song for the album. I said, here's the music. I sent him the music. And actually, we had sent him the music in the wrong speed, but he still wrote a song. I called him 10 minutes later, Rev. He called me back. He said, Ma, I got it. And I was thinking, like, you got it? What you mean? That quick? He said, yeah, Ma, I got it. So he came back, and he has a little studio set up in his house. And he came back with that song, and I was like, wow.
Wow.
It's showtime. That's what it, and then the words is, finally back in the spotlight. I can talk this. Everything is all right. I've been a long time since I had this feelings. He said, life went on for so long, but now the show must go on.
Yeah.
So ready or not, here I come.
Yeah.
It's all beginning. The show's begun.
Yeah.
Stage.
Yeah.
Joshua.
I enjoyed that. Tell me a little bit about, how this song really resonated with some of your life experiences.
That stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it depicts every aspect, every part of my life. And when I asked Josh to write it, I knew that he would, he would do it some justice because he was right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's my son.
Mm-hmm.
Adam. It's where I'm at now, and it's showtime now.
Right.
So when you hear the song, you'll hear it. And I always say in the studio it's good, but it is never like when you perform it live.
Right.
I can't wait
something
to
different about a live
live.
performance. Yeah.
Yeah. When I do that song live, you gonna feel how I felt and how I feel now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that song absolutely depicts, me.
Yeah. Yeah. When I heard the lyrics, I was like, yo, this is a dope song right here. And after hearing your story, it kind of resonates even more. It shows that, like you said earlier, life sometimes will life, and we have to navigate through those little ups and downs in order for us to get to the place where God, listen, intended for us to be.
Absolutely.
He intended us to be in this place. You know, this I tell people all the time, nothing happens in our lives by happenstance.
No.
Everything is done for a purpose, with purpose. So
Yes,
I want to encourage you to keep allowing the purpose to be revealed to you as you go day by day. Just allow it to be revealed to you each and every day. God, every morning we wake up with a new purpose, a new understanding, a new mercy, a new grace. So allow Him to reveal it to you each and every day. Just want to encourage you with that. I want to say thank you again for allowing me to come on and interview you.
Thank you.
This being so close to me. You know, I grew up knowing about your family and being close to your family, and to have an opportunity to sit down with you and to talk about some of the things was a wonderful experience for me, and I'm excited to share this with the world. Listen, I want to ask you one more question before we get out of here, and that question is very simple. Yeah. If you were to talk to, well, actually, it's a two-part question. The first part, if you can go back and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you say?
Don't give up. Come on, keep your faith. Excuse me. No matter what choice you make, no matter who you encounter in this life, just know God is in charge. And what He say in those dreams that you had, because I had reoccurring dreams when I was growing up, they will come true. Because here's the thing, when God is involved, it's going to be all right. So I would tell myself, keep the faith. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Nice. Now, what would you say to that young artist that's coming up right now in this industry, trying to figure out who they are and find their niche, I would say, in this big thing we call the music industry? What would you say to them?
Stay grounded. Keep the faith. Keep God first. Keep God first. And no matter what going on in life, keep pushing. Seriously, keep pushing. I wasted a lot of time thinking I wasn't worthy, but you know, the reality of it is, and the word says, to whom much is given, much is required, and it also said that the anointing comes without repentance. So you got it, even if you don't want it. Just keep doing, keep the faith, keep going, and keep God first.
Yeah.
Keep God first.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. There's a lot of young artists coming up in the city of Buffalo, I'm excited that you got a couple of new artists that's going to be singing on your platform.
Oh yes.
Talk about that. Talk about your show that's coming up
February
on your birthday.
2nd. On my birthday.
Tell us a little bit about that show.
And I'm gonna be 52 too, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm glad to say that. To God be the glory. I don't look like what I've been through.
All right.
So I have Chords. CORDZ. He's a bad boy. I grew up with his mom and his aunt. He's up and coming. Buffalo. He has some albums out. Pleasures. Oh, I love him. Akil Ali. So Chords is gonna be doing his thing first, so people can hear him. I wanted, as soon as I heard him, I said, oh yeah, I want him. He has to be on my release. Akil Ali. He's been here in Buffalo, but he's straight from Mount Vernon, New York.
Awesome. Knowledge,
you know, you have rappers, he raps, but he raps, it's knowledge. I keep telling him, I say, Akil, you gonna be, you got the word in you. I just keep telling him, because he does, you know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hear my songs. I also have a gospel song, Rashawn Montgomery, the one that produced all the music on the album. Big up to him. Kevin Clark. It's called just waking up, and I'm going to perform that. That's the one thing I'm going to do live. So I'm excited about it. It's going to be 166 Chandler Street, and that's over Amherst area at Riff City. We start at 5 o'clock on the dot. 5 o'clock on the dot. Come on out, have a good time, listen to chords. I want you guys to come hear him. We're gonna eat, we're gonna drink, we're gonna have a good time, okay? Come on out.
Awesome. Y'all heard it. Come on out. February the 2nd.
Yes, that's
at
Sunday.
Riff City.
Yes.
5 p.m. on the dot. Get there. If you're in the greater Buffalo area, I need you to come out and support my sister.
Thank you,
Miss Laquincia Motley-Allen. We thank God for you. We appreciate you coming on the show. And I hope to have you back again.
Oh, you will.
I would love to have you back again and talk a little bit more about everything.
Yes.
There's so much that we can talk about.
Absolutely.
And I would love to get the chance to talk more with you.
Yes.
Listen, thank you again. And listen,
thank you.
If you are in the greater Buffalo area, I want you to meet us at Riff City, 5 p.m. It's going to be live, y'all. It's going to be fresh. Y'all already know.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to the Fresh Oil Podcast. It's your boy, Pastor P, and I am out. And as always, stay fresh.